Hello and welcome to the Purpose Life series. And a few weeks ago, we started to talk about tips that will help you lead better in the workplace, and not just leading better, but leading from purpose. And I want you to drop in the comment section what you have learned so far. What are the discoveries you have made so far based on the videos I made last week and in the last couple of weeks. I would like to read from you. And today we'll be going further on leading from the place of purpose. Today specifically, we are going to be talking about how you can find your purpose as a leader and integrate your purpose into your leadership role. Stay with me, don't go anywhere. Welcome back. All right, so if you're in the place where you know that if you're not going to deceive yourself, you don't really know your life's purpose. You're doing well at work, because there's a level of discipline you must have had that would have gotten you to the position that you are right now. So now you're at the point where you know that you want to create fulfillment. You want to create legacy. You want to create something that would outlive you. You want to go from the place of burnout to the place of flourishing. You want to go from the place of moments of happiness to a life of joy, to a life flowing with fulfillment. This is where I am here to help you. I created a framework which I have called the Wheel of Purpose, and it has 5 phases. And if you want to know more about that, I'm going to talk about it later, or I will drop a link about it. But this is what I want to bring out from it. One of the very first phase of the Wheel of Purpose is the unaware phase. As a leader, you could be in the unaware phase. And what is this phase? You're doing well at your place of work. You're doing well in your career. You've created a good life for yourself and your family, but you lack a sense of fulfillment. You lack a sense of purpose. What you're doing is purely performance driven and profit driven. You don't really care what comes after that. You're paid, and you're paid well, and you have a level of connection, you have friends that you put still roll together and all of that. But when you are alone deeply, there is no connection, there is no fulfillment that you have, and that is being in the unaware phase. And you need to start to find that purpose. And the first thing you start to do is to identify who you are. Who are you? You start to ask questions like, what are my core values? Right? What are my lifelong strengths? And you would have noticed them even from the work that you were doing as a leader. You didn't get to the leadership position just by sheer favor. You worked hard to be where you are right now. Your performance got you to where you are right now. And that is given. However, you want to get to a point where you can integrate your life's fulfillment, your life's purpose into the role that you have currently, or into future leadership roles that you're looking to have, in case you're looking at getting a promotion, or transiting or changing your career path, whatever that is, or whatever that means to you. You need to identify your core values. And this is not the values of your organization, not the values of your organization. And it doesn't matter even if you are the founder of the organization. The core values of your organization are not your core values. They could be the same, but that is not it. You have to find yours, and you have to find a meeting point between your own core values and the core values of the organization that you lead, or the core values of the role that you lead in. All right, does that make sense to you? So you need to know all of that. You need to find out all of that. You need to take personality tests from a different perspective, not for the role that you are in, but for yourself. You need to come to a place of awareness. All right, and the next thing you need to start to do is to craft a purpose statement. Again, this is where you need somebody. You may not be able to craft a purpose statement by yourself. It is interesting that leaders are able to craft a purpose statement easily for their organization because they are looking at it. That is the same way you need somebody that will work with you, that will help you in creating and crafting your own purpose statement, because a lot of things are going to flow and stem from that. Then you start to ask yourself, how do I see my current leadership role? Because we're talking about integrating purpose into your leadership role. How do I see my current leadership role? Do I see it as a job? I spoke about mindset last week. So you need to also ask yourself again, is it a job? Do you see it as just as your own leadership role? Do you see it as a job that you go to, gets paid for? You just want to get the job done, all right? Or you want to go beyond that? Or is it a career, like I mentioned earlier in the mindset? Is it a career for me? And it is not bad, but it can't just be only job. It can't be only career, because there is a limit to the kind of fulfillment and the kind of legacy you can create with just going through jobs and going through career. Right. Now, the third thing you're going to ask is this a calling for me? Is this leadership role a calling for me? You start to ask questions like, how do I start to see the calling in the current leadership role that I occupy? How do I start to see it as a calling? How do I start to see it from the place of purpose? If I don't see it as a calling, then how do I integrate my life's purpose into it? And that is why you need to go first to the place of discovery, the place of finding that purpose first of all, right? The place of working on it, of building it, okay? And again, these areas are areas that you need help, that you need somebody to come into to help you with. And that is what the Explore Network is for. You can always come in. You can book a 30-minute complimentary session or a 30-minute clarity session with me, and we could go and just shed light on where you are currently. And that is all that I have for you this week. I'll be sharing the concluding part of this topic next week. And do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not subscribed. See you next week. Thank you and bye.